Welcome to my YouTube channel, friends, and we want to look at question 5. This is GCE paper which was written in 2023. Okay, so when we look at the first question, or the question that we want to look at, is the program below is given in the form of a pseudocode. So now this question normally comes every year. You find it in the external and internal question papers. So first of all, when dealing with pseudocode and flowchart, there are certain components that you have to understand. So in this case, they told us now to draw a flowchart for the information given. So we are changing from pseudocode to flowchart. Now you cannot change from pseudocode to flowchart if you don't know the symbols or signs that are used to change. First of all, we're going to indicate here to say there are 4 symbols or signs that are used, and we're going to interpret them. So the first one is, so there is an oval shape. So an oval shape, this shape symbolizes or tells us to say this is to start, or they can say to stop, or we can say begin, or end. So that is the oval shape. And then the other shape which is used is a parallelogram. So a parallelogram looks like this. So this, when you see this shape, you'd find that they are telling you to enter the information, and then not only to enter but also to display. So display, we use this same shape. And then apart from that, we can say this is the input. So it is used as the input or the output. So you can say output or input. So that is the symbol which is used. And then the other one, it is a diamond. So a diamond, we are saying that a diamond is a decision box. So this is where decisions are made. So if you want to make a decision, then this is the symbol which is used. So this is a decision box. And then the other one, it is a rectangle. So a rectangle, we are saying that number 1, this is an instruction box. So instruction, there will be instructions which will be given, and then those instructions must be put in a rectangle. So these are 4 shapes that are used. The first one, it is this one, which is the oval shaped. And then we have the parallelogram, which is the second one. So this is the first one. Then the parallelogram, which is the second one. And then we have the third one. And then we have the fourth one. So now these are 4 which are used. Now let us come back to the question to say the program below is given in the form of a pseudocode. So when you hear the word, or when you see the word pseudocode, obviously it means that they'll ask us to change into a flowchart. So we have begin, enter n. If n is less than 0, then, and then display error, n must be positive. And then else sum is equal to, so we have n over 2. And then times, we have this information given in the brackets. And then apart from that, we are saying end if. And then we have display sum and then end. So draw a corresponding flowchart for the information given above. So this is a simple question which carries 5 marks. So we're going to interpret the information given into a flowchart. So number 1, the first one, it is begin. So this is the first one, begin. So begin, we're going to look at what shape are we supposed to use? An oval shape. So meaning that we're going to say an oval shape there. Then we use the same word which has been used. Don't use another word to replace the word which has been used. So if you've been given start, you use start. If you've been given begin, you use begin. So in this case, we've been given begin. Okay, so the other one, okay, we put an arrow there, and then enter. So when you look at which one are we going with? Enter. So meaning that a parallelogram will be used. So this is the second step where we are saying a parallelogram will be what? Will be used. Okay, so we're going to copy what we've been given, which is enter n. And then another, we're going to proceed like that. So here we've been given if. So if n is less 0, then. So meaning that here, if will change to is. So if will change to is. So this word if will change to is. So we are saying that because we have to make a decision there, meaning that it is a decision box, which is a diamond. So we would say is. So is n less 0? Question mark. So meaning that if you've asked a question, meaning that there is an answer to be given, which is yes or no. So only two answers. So yes or no. So now if yes, so now they've said must be. So here we've moved. So this is 3, and then let us move to 4. So now they've said display error n must be positive. So if yes, then we have to display error n must be what? Must be positive. Remember, display, what are we going to use? A parallelogram there. So a parallelogram will be used. Okay, we use a parallelogram there. A parallelogram shape. Okay. So we would say you copy the information given, this information, you just copy it the way it is. So we say display. So display error. So display error n must be positive. So it must be positive. Then from there, if the answer is no, then what are we going to do? If the answer is no, then we are going to follow or else. So meaning that else, so this is the 5th step. And then here, when we say we've been given this information, which is the instruction. So this is the instruction. Else sum, we've been given this. So meaning that the box that we have to use is a rectangle there. So a rectangle will be used. So a rectangle, after a rectangle, then we're going to put in now the information given. This information, you copy everything, this. So you copy everything given here. You just have to copy the way they are. So sum is equal to, so we have n over 2, and then multiply, because there is a this is multiplication. So meaning that you're going to include, so times, and then you open 2 times a plus open bracket n minus 1, you close, times d. Okay, let me write it properly. Okay, so that we get it. Okay, so we are saying that, okay, so that is, okay, so that is a rectangle. So we are saying that sum is equal to, so we have n over 2 times, and then you open because you're copying everything there, so 2 times a plus open bracket n minus 1 you close times d, and then again you close. So it means that we've done this part, which is the fifth part. And then they've said the next part, end if. So end if, so meaning that we're coming to an end. If you see the word end if, it means that we are getting closer to an end. Then we have display sum. So display, which box are we going to use? So we're going to use a parallelogram there. So a parallelogram will be used. So we would say, okay, so display, because they've said display sum. They've said display sum. So display sum. And then the last part is end. So we are closing now. Which shape are we using? So an oval, which is end. So it means that you've answered the question. Thank you for watching.